Afternoon. This is Melissa with the StockSwoosh.com, and today I'm going to do a market update. And the update is going to be in the QQQs. So basically, I was going to do a market update last night after this huge red bar happened yesterday, because I was like, wow, my market update from Saturday was really, really accurate because I didn't think we were going higher. And then I really called the market well yesterday. Now, today we opened and I thought we would be neutral today. Neutral trading meaning some kind of body, green or red, and a topping tail and a bottoming tail, and I thought we'd stay in the range. Then we ended up opening a power trended all day. We did retrace the bar from yesterday. Now, what does this mean? First of all, let's just look at the numbers. We did stay in the range. We did not break above this number here, 67.79. We didn't do that. Did we break below this number here? 66.17, 66.61. No, we didn't do that. And did we get over resistance area, or did we run into resistance area? Let's look. 67.67. The close of this bar is 67.66. So that's what we did. I'm not going to change anything that I think right now. I'm just not going to do it yet. 67.68, there it is again, the low of this bar. So it's two places. I'm going to keep everything that I've been saying all along. Until we break above here, we are not higher. Until we break below here, we are not lower. This is a base, and we're still trading in the base. I called this really well yesterday. Today, I thought we'd trade in here with a small body. The body today is large, and it is green. And it looks the same equal size of this. What does that mean? Does that mean all of a sudden now that we're going to shoot up like a rocket? No. It just means more utter confusion for people that are trying to figure out which way the market wants to head, because yesterday was very, very big bar day for this whole chart, the biggest one we've seen. And now today equaled it out. Here we are back again. We may as well just do nothing. We may as well just look like this. We may as well just look like this for the rest of the month, because basically we're not giving any clue to any direction until we break the base. This is a strong, strong base now. The base is actually getting stronger. Now, instead of having tails, topping tails, and bottoming tails all over the place for the last 20-some days of trading, now we're getting solid bars that are holding the numbers. Either way, we're not breaking out of it. The market needs to do something here if it's going to keep it. And until it doesn't, the bias is neutral, overall neutral, okay? It just has to be that way. It ran up to an exact number here today. Now let's just see what happened. I thought we were going to do a 15-minute sell setup in here. We triggered and then flipped right around. And I said then we may power trend all day, but I thought we might go up to another resistance area and do it, but it was way too late and I was done trading by then. Here's the thing. If you didn't get in as a long today, there was no play in this unless you did a short gap like I looked at, like in Baidu. You cannot play against the trend of the market on a certain day if it's power trending. And today we did power trend up. Doesn't mean that we really are changing anything on the daily chart until we go over that base like I discussed, but we did power trend today. So if you were in a long today and got the move, great. If you were in a short, you had to be in a good gap like me, otherwise you got creamed, okay? We came in at 245. It's not a significant time. So it's just because we hit the number. I just wanted to see how we came in here then on the close. We came in at a time of the day that has no meaning. You can say every 15 minutes is a reversal time, but really the major reversal times are what's important as the day goes on into the lunch hour and beyond. And this just came in because it ran into that number. I'm certain of it now. It'll be really interesting to see what we do tomorrow morning where we gap. Well, let me just see where we're at right now here. 67.51. All right, we're just basically neutral here tonight. So my bias on the market is staying the same. This green bar today isn't convincing me of anything crazy to break out higher. If we do it, fine, but we still have to break over the base, and the numbers are clear. We've got to get and trade and gap. I actually think we have to gap. I really still think we have to gap. I think we have to gap over 67.79 and trade above it. I really think that's what the market has to do to be solid. Now, we could open tomorrow around here and then trade above it and push over it. That could happen. But I would prefer to see a gap. Then I know that it's strong and I know that it's real. Here is a different story. We could gap down under this, but I think it's more likely that we trade down under this and just come in hard under this in the trading, which could happen tomorrow. Don't be suckered into thinking now all of a sudden today we're higher. We might be, but don't be suckered into it for the same reason you shouldn't have been suckered into it on Friday here. All right. And I called this really well on Monday. Now, today I didn't expect this kind of a big green day today, but it doesn't matter. It still just rallied up to resistance. So I'm still the same thing as I've said over and over and over and over and over again. The market's in a range. It's a straight line across. Okay. I want to see some clear direction here. Break over here or break under here. I think it's most likely if we're going to go higher, we gap up here and hold and go strong. For the break lower, I think we could just trade down there and just fall into it, just like we did here this other day. And it's going to depend how we open tomorrow morning. If we open anywhere up here tomorrow or gap up here tomorrow, we're probably higher. Whether we puncture up into this on real trading and blow through it or just go up here and then come in and have a neutral day tomorrow remains to be seen. But the longer that we stay in here, the more confusion that happens. In the end, what does it really mean? Does it mean, the more confusion, does it lean towards the side of going higher or lean towards the side of going lower? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Let me just see what this overall chart looks like. I really think the market is trying to figure itself out still, and the base is just getting stronger. You know, that means that whatever the break happens is going to be forceful. That's my bias. The base is the two bars from today and yesterday are so big and so strong, and they're in that base congestion. And all the last month of trading, we got a whole month of trading in a tight base. We got two big bars solid next to each other of different colors, complete variance. We got a market at the SPYs in a complete opposite direction on the chart. And my bias is that this base is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, like a flat board that will never be broken. So I think it's going to take us a little longer to break out of this. I'm not sure if we break out of this week. I thought we were going to break out of this first week in February, and I'm not sure we do. The longer we stay here, the stronger the base is. Whenever the break happens, it's going to happen with some force, some real force, down or up, whichever the break is. But the longer we stay in here, the more force of the action that's going to happen when it does. And the bigger the bars that are in this space trading now is just more confusion for people trying to take direction. Why? People got long on Friday, thought we were going higher. And then there was selling that happened hard on Monday, and then it scared people. Now, all of a sudden, today, buying came in, money came in today. Now people are all confused again, what to do. But if we don't break above this area here, we're not going higher yet, all right? So don't get trapped in longs in here. And there's no reason to sell yet either, okay? This base is getting really solid, like a big square, like a brick. It's like a brick. It's going to be hard to break that brick above or down. And when that brick does break, which it will, we're going to rock and roll either up or down. And I don't really know which way it's going to go. Okay, we're going to have to see what happens tomorrow. After two big trading days of the flip direction in a way that did not form itself in the gap. It's different if something gaps and does and trades like this, but this didn't. Today didn't gap, yesterday didn't gap. Okay, so how we open and trade tomorrow is going to be important. Of course, I said that the last 2 days, but everything's important. I'm analyzing this stuff like through pins and needles now, you know, looking at it, figuring it out. I'm still doing my short gaps the way I always do, but the market is definitely tricky now. And you got to read this stuff and take it for what it is. We ran into an area today at 245 in no man's time that has no significance of anything and hit that number and came right in and ran out of day, actually, to come in. So, you know, don't be running all over the place thinking long yet. Okay? This wiped out the bar here, but it didn't do it in a gap, and we didn't get over the area. This appears to be bullish because the last action that happened was a power trend day that happened that blew up this day, next day here. Does that mean that we're higher? Not until we break the base. Not until we break over the base. I prefer to see a gap up over this base. That will make me feel better about the clear direction. If we trade above it, it's a breakout play, no doubt. don't do anything until it does it. All right. And the SPY, I think, went right back up here almost within a couple pennies. 151.42, 151.48. Yeah. All right, so this is a market update with the stockswoosh.com. I will look at this tomorrow too. I mean, the bottom line is that this is tough trading unless you're playing gaps, I think. My call in the market yesterday was superb. I got to give myself credit for that. Today, I didn't expect this power trend up green day, but it doesn't really change my bias in anything because we didn't break above the base. And we didn't break below the base. And it's all we did today was make this base more solid. It's stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger until it decides what it wants to do. We're going to see. We will see. I thought we'd break out of this base this week. I don't know. We may spend some more time in here, though. We'll just have to see how it plays out. This is Melissa with the stockswoosh.com. If you're interested in my live trading room, please feel free to email me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. Or if you're interested in learning gaps and how to trade gaps from me, contact me about my next gap class, which is this coming weekend, February 9th and 10th. And you can email me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. Thanks and have a great night.